So why do so many people hate Crestview, Florida? Hey, it's Mark here with the Hiller Group, brokered by eXp Realty. My team and I have you covered here along the beautiful Florida Panhandle from Pensacola all the way through Panama City, where our team has been fortunate enough to serve over 1,350 families over the past 10 years alone. Crestview, Florida, like any other place, has its pros and its cons. And what can be considered the worst can vary depending on the individual preferences and priorities. Some potential concerns or drawbacks that people have mentioned about Crestview, Florida in my 10 years of serving this beautiful Florida Emerald Coast include the humidity and the heat. Florida is known for its hot and humid climate, which can be uncomfortable for some people, especially during the summer months. You are further from the beach, about an hour away, so that Gulf breeze isn't happening. On the flip side, you are very close to lakes and creeks for those summer cool downs. Next up, traffic congestion. As Florida's population continues to grow, some areas, including Crestview, have experienced increased traffic congestion and longer commute times during rush hours in the morning and the afternoon. This is usually one of the biggest complaints I hear about Crestview, followed by the proximity to the beach and other amenities of the area. I like to warn all of our clients, drive up to Crestview, Florida, right as the base is getting off, and sit in that traffic just so you know what you're getting yourself into. I've had too many clients that came here, moved up to Crestview. They weren't working with me when they moved here, but then all of a sudden reached out after they moved here and said, you know what, this traffic is just too much. I can't handle it. I'd like to move closer to Eglin Air Force Base where I work because the commute time is just taking too much time away from my family. Next up, limited public transportation. Public transportation options in Crestview and many other Florida small towns are very limited compared to larger cities, which can be inconvenient for those who rely on public transit. Next up, economic considerations. The job market and cost of living can vary in many parts of Florida. Some individuals may find it challenging to secure well-paying jobs or may struggle with the cost of housing and other expenses in the Crestview area. On the positive though, Crestview generally has a lower cost of housing compared to its counterparts in Niceville, Destin, and Fort Walton Beach. On a side note, there are a lot of new housing opportunities in the Crestview market, and homebuyers can take advantage of this, and it is a good and bad, as it does help with getting some of your down payments covered by some of the big box builders that are in the Crestview market. It also does stifle a little bit of that appreciation you're going to gain over the next couple years because there's so much new home construction going on that you'll be competing with that as you're trying to sell over the next couple years. Next up, Crestview has some rural areas with some properties not having paved roads as well as utilities ran to all the lots in the areas. This could result in higher costs to build as you will have to pay for water, tap, and electrical fees depending on the specific area. Crestview is a growing town that recently just got a large Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Planet Fitness, Aldi, Ulta, Marshall's, Five Below, Burlington Coat Factory, and a Chili's. It is important to note that Crestview has its strengths, including relatively lower costs of living compared to the nearby areas that we discussed earlier. It has an old community feel, and the proximity to I-10 makes it very easy to quickly get over to big cities like Pensacola or over towards Tallahassee. It's filled with mom and pop restaurants and small businesses. It is also home to many military members and their families who work at Eglin Air Force Base, Duke Field, and some even commute all the way to Hurlburt Field. What one person may consider a drawback, another may see as an advantage. So it's essential to consider your own priorities and preferences when evaluating a place to live or visit. Additionally, cities and towns can change over time. So it's a good idea to research the most up-to-date information and possibly visit the area in person so you can form your own opinion. Hit the like and subscribe button down below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.